time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
I'm sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the
we installed out in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Gordon's got the ground game. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Los Angeles.
All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Got Gordon open, completes it. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is Harris. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to air one out, and that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
We're all still valiantly searching for the so-called book, right, that tells us what to do in every situation. Everyone kind of knows what it says, but it's never really been written down anywhere. He violated every code.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Mayfield off the play fake. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to pump the ball away.
Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Flushed out right. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A good run there, 8 yards, gets him much closer to the end zone with 4th and goal looming. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 3 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. And that's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And a short gain down to about the 33. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay.
I like your attitude. But
rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Showed some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They go play action. Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A good pickup there for the Browns. 15 yards. Play fake. Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He finds Beckham complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 21. They go play action here on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing it. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Let's go.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From a yard out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drop. And now it's blocked. Well, the Chargers have it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, there's really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go, boys.
First down, Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield now. That one complete. He finds Sharp. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. Mayfield.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And some room to run now. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, LA. Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Mayfield now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And now the throw taken in by Chark. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Mayfield on play action, rolling to his right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. A 1st down throw from Mayfield.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Catch made, it's Moreau. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. This offense already 4 for 4 on 4th down conversions. They're going to try it again here on this 4th down. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Gordon on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Try to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened? happen.
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This will be caught at about the 5. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mariota able to get this to Gordon. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mariota, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To the air again, Mariota. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Mariota. And some space here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
It's our time. It's our time. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Second and 4 at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the draft in 2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied. But rarely did anyone suggest he would go #1 overall. And he did.